Well, that was episode 2 of Beastars, the Academy Top Dog. So yeah, we just watched this one, kind of a coming off the height of the last episode where Lugosi captured Haru, and you didn't know if he could eat her or not. Of course, our boy, he didn't. He was going to. He was that close. He was gonna get some of that bunny.
I don't know if I would call him our boy, but
Okay, well
the
then
boy.
I mean, you can't really blame him. It seemed like he didn't really have control over himself in that whole moment. He was,
I still blame him. I still, I felt this. That was a very uncomfortable scene. That
yeah.
that felt very like an allegory for sexual assault,
But
and if that's what they were going for, that's a weird route
it
to
could,
take this. But
like I said,
I'm
you
gonna be
can.
open minded and see what they're trying to say and what they're trying to do.
I don't think you can pin it on one because this whole season, this show in general, I don't think you can pin one thing on anything. You can throw stuff out there, and if it stick, it may. Because it could be about assault. It could be just about how somebody holds feelings inside for someone else and they can't let it go. It could be. I don't know. So anyway, he didn't need her. He got distracted. Thank God he got distracted, so she was able to run off. He did scratch her pretty hard,
Yeah,
and
she was dripping blood and running away in fear.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, after she kind of was almost, she was at ease at first, but now she saw a way to get away. So after she got away, we go back and we find out that the Ruiz fell off the goddamn stage because him and the dumb goat are training or are acting at night in the dark to really get into the moment of it. So this man twists his ankle, and
Oh, let's be clear. He twists his ankle running to save the other guy. You're not going to be able to convince me that Reese isn't gay. He's gay. He's clearly gay, and all these girls are thirsty for him, and he's like, nah, y'all barking up the wrong tree. You don't have
he could
the right parts for me.
he could be bi. He could be like a flow sexual. What do you call it? Fluid. He could be gender fluid or whatever.
He
The
may be whatever. I think he's into dudes. That's all I'm saying.
I think he's
And
into the arts.
and really, here the thing is, what is the point of his character? Clearly, this is about the guy and the girl, and he's just there's so much time spent on his character.
Well,
There has to be a payoff, and if it's not that there's a love triangle, I don't understand.
I mean, he want to be the B star. We and that's the thing too. So after this, we kind of start figuring out a little bit about the world. We go into the cafeteria. We see that the carnivores, they are on a diet of tofu. Um, just a lot of tofu and eggs and tofu is what fills their diet.
Which is just
So,
disrespectful to ask a carnivore to eat tofu.
but you live
Like
in a world where
no,
you're not supposed to eat animals,
no wonder
eat each
he's
other.
so hungry out there, ravenous, chasing random bunnies down the street.
Okay.
The poor man is just hungry, and they're feeding him beans.
hmm
It's
Well,
just sad.
but let's think about it then. If he's feeling that way and he really is hard on himself about the way he feel about it, how do you think these other carnivores are they just as do they feel just as guilt ridden, or are they like they how these other carnivores are finding a way to overcome those feelings? Because
I,
obviously one of them didn't. One of them killed Tom in episode one.
I suspect that they are just getting it on these streets. I just think that he's just not down with the get down. But in the back of the mind, oh, these other dudes are like, yeah, we eat beans in public, but you know, if you
You
know
saying
where
it's
to
okay?
go and you find the
Okay.
right person, somebody will cut off their toe for you, and you can get and enjoy eating. I don't know what it is.
It sounds
Elephant,
like,
an
what have
elephant's
you been
toe.
doing on these streets? A good boy like Lugosi would never think about no goddamn streets. I don't even know what you talking about.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That's why Lugosi's so hungry, but everybody else, they seem real rough and tumble. It just seems like they probably get down
Mm.
when it's like there's the kids that drink in high school and the kids that don't. And he's a straight edge.
We learned about the B stars. We learned about that the person who becomes B stars is like almost like being a president of that world or that school or whatever. It shows that they herbivores and I can't even say the other word. Um,
Carnivores.
Carnivores and herbivores can live together in a harmony in a peaceful world and existing of not eating and being upset and killing each other. Um,
Yeah, I
mhm.
mean, they at their I gave them all that praise for not giving an info dump of exposition, and then they do that here. And it's not that that's horrible. It's just I guess sort of have to take back what I said last time.
What and I guess if they're gonna info dump, you need to at least do it by episode two. Episode one, you kind of want to get people in the world, get them thinking a little bit. So I think, like, maybe if you would have said an episodic, it would have gave you time to think about it, about get your own theories, and then watching this one, then they info dumped you, and then you probably would have felt a little bit better too.
It wasn't that. It wasn't distracting. It was a little bit of information. My only issue is that there's just a voice talking, and you don't know who they're talking to or why they're talking. I don't know if that's meant to be a narrator.
Right.
It's just this disembodied voice coming from some unspecified animal talking about how they eat beans.
It's like My Hero Academia, how Deku would talk about, all the he would get exposition and stuff like that, but that's him talking from the future or some shit like that. I don't know. So yeah. So, like I said, after all that, we find that they need Lugosi to go and get some flowers from the flower person to decorate their theater. So they go up there, but for some reason they're afraid to go up there and see or get the flowers. I don't know why they're afraid. You don't know why. Then you get up there and you find out that it is our bunny, Haru, a little hoe bunny, and she's up there and we're about to find out, like, hey, why do did she confront him about scratching her, almost eating her, almost done? And lucky to him, she obviously don't know that him, or she forgets, or she doesn't even remember what happened. So,
Yeah, that was weird. She just doesn't respond. I wonder if maybe she has the wound and she talks about it, but she doesn't talk about it as if it was a traumatic experience as what it appeared to be in the time that it was shown.
and she says
So
she was just
maybe
being
she doesn't
clumsy.
remember it clearly, or maybe she's just hiding it because she's definitely someone who's got, as Jonathan's going to get into shortly, has a lot more going on behind the surface of what you see when you see her.
Yeah, and we kind of figure out why she kind of looked at as a hoe bunny, or people afraid to go up there. So she does agree to give him the flowers, and she want to pay him back for helping her around and straighten up the area because he did such a good job. She could have just paid him the flowers because that's why he was there, just to get the goddamn flowers. But she wanted to pay him other because he did such a good job. So we get to the best cliffhanger of this whole season, of this whole episode of the show, where she undresses herself and about to go and have sex with Lugosi, and he got his eye closed the whole time, so he doesn't even know this is happening at the last minute, and he sees her in her bra and panties.
Yeah,
So
he's just having a full nervous breakdown. Oh, I like this girl. I want to talk to her. I don't know what to say. Not noticing that she's just stripping herself naked to. And in fairness to her, because Jonathan makes it sound worse than it is. It's not as if she's like, I'm as a thank you for helping me. I'm gonna fuck you now. It's more like she realizes he likes her, and she seems to be in the habit of just, well, if someone wants to have sex with me, I'll have sex with them. What's interesting about her reaction to me is it's not, she says specifically that I don't get aroused after taking care of flowers. So it's not as if she's doing this because she's horny. She's genuinely, very clearly just doing it because this person's interested in me and I just will not say no ever. And that's an interesting
hmm.
person that you wouldn't meet, I think, a lot in life. Well, maybe some of you do. I don't know that many people like
Well, wherever she is, please
that. Like
find me.
she's just like always DTF, which is fascinating to me. I'm curious what has made her behave this
Yeah.
way because I don't think that's a natural state for most women to be in. Uh,
And you know what? I see what you mean, about that. I see that, even she sighs a little bit right before she takes off her clothes. She's
yeah.
like, well, I just got done doing this, but okay, I'll do it. So yeah, it is something up about why is she able to go ahead and just have sex so easily, with somebody.
Yeah, it's not enthusiasm. It's not, oh, I love sex. It's just, I guess I'll have sex now because clearly that's what he wants to do. And she looks disappointed in him too. She looks like, oh, I actually was having a good time, and now I realized, oh, he wants sex from me. So it's not even that she
Well,
seems to like him more,
well,
as
and,
she likes him less for being interested in her. And she
well, the
looks
thing
at him
is,
like, oh, he's another guy who just thinks he can sleep with me, which apparently any guy who wants to can, or at least that's how it's being presented right at this
and
point.
it's weird because she first she offered him some food or food or something like that, and then
Yes.
he kind of he's like, nah, I don't need anything. And she thinking that he's like trying to play hard to get or something like that, like maybe he being coy. And she's like, well, all right, well, I know what men always want if they can't get food.
Yeah, it was.
You know,
It's an
I,
odd. I'm curious if
it's
he's gonna. I suspect that he's not gonna go through with it. I don't think he would is prepared for for quite such an
you know,
aggressive come
and
on from someone, especially
and,
her.
and maybe she wanted to beat him to the punch. Cause maybe she looks at him and he had a look of like, oh, I don't know what to ask, and then she like, oh, I already know what he's gonna ask. All these guys always ask for sex, so maybe that was what it was. It was just like,
Well, I mean, I
he,
guess another a darker element could be that she already had this interaction with him earlier. Whether she remembers him or not, he was very aggressive. He's a
mm-hmm,
lot stronger than her. She knows she would never be able to stop him. So maybe it's just like he's gonna take it if he wants it. He's gonna take it. So I might as well just give it up
mm,
freely. Now I hope that's not what it is, but it's
yeah,
possible.
yeah, that's an interesting, theory about that. Um, I just feel that when she offers it to him, I think she offers something, and she reads the mixed signals from him. She reading signal that he having some type of feeling, but then she kind of jumped the gun, like, yeah, this is what a lot of guys want. They just want me to have sex with them, and she has had sex with other guys, or at least we know of. She had sex with the one bunny, the harlot bunny boyfriend. So
Well, she just says that he kissed her. They never say she actually had sex. I mean, clearly she's had
she
sex. This is not her first time. That's very clear.
I think she mentioned it earlier in the something having sex with men or something
And
like that.
she says that this is her first time with a carnivore, so that's definitely implied that she's had other partners, just not other carnivore partners.
Like I don't want to be. You know who that guy is. You're probably that guy if you're listening. Where you're like, all dubs are awful, and I only sub for life. No, I don't want to be that guy. But Haru, my whole bunny, her voice actress is fine, but it sounds fine for like a more like a she sounds like a Velma character in a way, of a more wholesome type girl with glasses that's not gonna really do any, that's strong and fierce, but it's not really, wild or something like that.
Yeah,
So
she kind of sounds like the main character on a Saturday morning cartoon.
yeah, like I think I know that. I don't know. We should look up that voice actor. She sound like the girl from Digimon, Ty's
I
sister.
have no idea. Um, yeah, so he mentioned it, so I went back and played a scene with the Japanese voice actress, who definitely has more of a sensual tone to her voice, which seems to fit the character more. But she's also still kind of cutesy. I mean, she's a cute little bunny, and it's not extremely sexual. It's just
Yeah, it's just a
she
little
sounds
seductress.
sounds a little more mature too. I think it definitely is an improvement, the Japanese version. But I am pro dub for the record because I don't want to read. I mean, not that I don't want to read. I read all the time. I'm not one of those people, but it requires you to give so much of your attention if you're reading. I can focus more on what's happening on the screen if I don't have to read the words at the bottom also.
Haru is the voice of Laura Jill Miller, the girl from Digimon. And I knew that voice. I knew it.
Wow, that's impressive. I never recognize voice acting.
I grew up watching Digimon a lot, so I didn't recognize that voice as soon as I heard the way she speaks. So now it's really. I'm sorry, Lauren Jill Miller, but I don't want to imagine. Thai little sister as the whole bunny now, but it's fine. I'll push myself through this. Just put some inflections on it. God, now it's
Okay.
just I'm gonna give her a bit of the doubt with
You
Alice,
sound
whoever.
you sound
But
too
now,
much like a virgin.
but now I make now it actually is the person. It's the person that I didn't want it to be because of that, and it is.
Now the character's forever tainted for you.
And I just listen. I'll just watch the Japanese whenever she talks. Yes, I like you, Laura, but I don't want you. I don't want my Digimon and my Beastars. I'm glad that you're enjoying it so far. I am glad that I got you at least hooked. We only 2 episodes in. We got 10 left. I think we can make it through it.
All right then. Well, see you guys next time.
All right, take care, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and find us later. So, bye.